How's it going, everyone? I'm Keegs, and I am here once again with Ben talking Ahsoka theories.
So my next Ahsoka Season 2 theory, and it's not really a theory, this one is more just me wondering what your thoughts are on Sabine next season. Like, where do we think she's going with her Force abilities and her powers? Is she going to be kicking ass next season, or is she going to be struggling? I mean, she struggled hard this season, obviously. That was kind of the entire point of the season, but do you think she's gotten over some of those bigger touch points? Because, you know, whatever she's seen Anakin at the end of the series now, and maybe not actually seeing him, but feeling him in the Force. What do you think?
Yeah, so I have a thought, but I don't know if this is based on the visuals or if this was just a directing decision that wasn't actually in the script, that wasn't handled well. You know, when Sabine tries to use the Force, she kind of scrunches up her face and just tries really hard.
Yeah.
And usually, you know, in the scenes that we can think of where we've seen that happen in the saga, Obi-Wan, when he's in the pit hanging on with Maul, he calmly calms himself, reaches out to the Force for Qui-Gon's lightsaber, then kills Maul. On Hoth, Luke calms himself and then gets the lightsaber. The way that Sabine is shown, so it could just be that the sort of like trying really hard could be a mistake, but let's just assume that it's, because the reason I say there's a non-zero chance it could be a mistake is that I felt like the action in that episode wasn't, not all of it, but like the action with the troopers wasn't framed very well.
Yeah.
And like executed very well, and that's a very big directorial thing. So it could be that, you know, the director told her to do that, not really like understanding the script super well or what they were going for. It could be that. What I think is more likely is that she did use tap into the Force, but we did sort of get hints that Ahsoka was afraid of her darkness. And
yeah, true.
That could be more than just Ahsoka.
She might delve into it a little bit at some point.
Yeah, she might. Sabine might have used the dark side in that moment.
What does she have to be angry about now, though? I mean, yeah.
If she was just really like, if she was just really angry and frustrated or scared, it could be that. It doesn't have to. I don't think there has to be like a big motivator in that sense. It could just be really negative emotion she's feeling.
I guess the last time she saw Shin, she got force choked, so that could be a good moment for some negative energy.
Yeah, that, and every time we see like Ahsoka talking to Sabine about it, she's sort of like telling Sabine to center herself and that kind of thing, and that stands very much in contrast to how she used the Force in that episode.
Yeah, true.
So if
everything's felt like a struggle for her.
Yeah, assuming that was in the script, that, you know, it would be a struggle and she'd have like this look on her face and she wasn't centered or calm, it could be a hint that she was
using the dark side,
tapping into the dark side for that. And I think I could see that being hard for her. So maybe we see her and she can't do the stuff anymore, and she goes, well, I was able to do it before, and then they sort of kind of get down into the weeds of it.
That's a really interesting because I think that you might be onto something there, where both times that she's done it, it's been obviously out of necessity. She's been struggling, and it seems like there could have been some negative energy flowing through her in those moments.
Yeah, so that's my thought. I would have to go back and rewatch the scene in episode 4, but it sort of seemed like Sabine was trying to use the Force in the way that, unless she was just trying to trick Shin, but was trying to use it in the way that Ahsoka taught her, and then obviously it hasn't been working out super well for her, so maybe she tried to tap into her negative feelings and then get into that.
That's really interesting. I definitely think that could be a major plot point in the next season, because now that she's starting to use her powers, that's when the worry for Ahsoka probably is really going to come out, because that's what she was worried about was, okay, if let's say I teach her how to do all this stuff, then what if she decides on her own that she doesn't want to do it the way that Ahsoka wants to? She's going to do it her own kind of fiery Mandalorian way.
Exactly. So I think it's going to be something like that. Otherwise, I think it was just a visual mistake. But I'm going to go with that it was intentional and that's where it's going.
Yeah, I know. I definitely like that theory for Sabine. So I think that's going to wrap up the Sabine theory.
So let us know down in the comments, what do you think is happening with Sabine in season 2? Do you think she's going to tap into the dark side and use some of that power and create a little bit of angst between her and her master? Or do you think she's on the straight and narrow now and she's just going to listen to everything Ahsoka says and become a good little Jedi? I'm Keegs, and I will catch y'all next time for some more Star Wars content.